So good morning and welcome to my seaside allotment. So it's been about a month, so I thought it was time to give you a quick tour. So this is the walk down to my plot. It's a gorgeous green drive, and this is what I like to maintain on the plot. It needs a good cutting at the moment. Grass is a bit wet though for today. So this is the entrance to the plot. I've got 3 active bins, and these are all going pretty well. And to see, a lot of worms in these bins, and reasonable temperature. These 2 bins are warmer, and then I've got my 3 working bins. That one's just been emptied. Just starting on this one, and that one comes next. So I've been using a lot of compost actually, so I put a 1-inch layer of compost over everything before I plant. This is an example of the compost. Still a little bit of wood in it, but not too bad. Anyway, let's get on with the tour. So this is the bed that I just planted maybe last week, 2 weeks ago perhaps. I popped a row of bolt hardy in there, and a couple of rows of resistor fly in here just as an experiment. I've got most of my carrots growing under cover, but I thought, well, I'll give it a go with resistor fly out of cover. I've got 4 rows of spring onions here, which should keep me going to the until the winter crop, which I'll grow under cover. Out some turnips, a couple of rows of turnips in here, and then a couple of rows of radish. So that should. I'm pretty pleased with the way it's growing actually. This bed, it's done pretty well. And these are my late autumn beetroot. And I've got a winter crop of beetroot coming on as well, but these will see us through to October time, and we'll have eaten all of these, and then we'll just crop the autumn crop. And so this is my shard as well, so this will keep me going, this shard bed, until I move to the undercover crops. And the undercover crops are all in coal frames and polytunnels, but I decided this year to grow everything up until sort of October, November time, not undercover, and that allows me to specialise with the undercover crops to more tender things. So finally seeing some activity on these raspberries, which obviously have only just been planted this year. So I wasn't expecting very much from them, but they all seem to be doing pretty well now. I just lost one in that spot there. The gooseberries are just starting to ripen up now, and they're pretty nice. And it seems to have as many as I thought I would have, so I think I've got to brush up on my pruning skills this year. Apologies for the wind, but it's been a bit rainy here and windy as well, so this is really the first sunny day. Right, so let's have a look. So this bed is, let's just open it up, there's carrots. So this is one of my carrot beds for winter storage, and it's obviously not very active at the moment. These are the first ones to be planted, and germination was quite sparse, so unfortunately I've popped in a few extras, and just in case I don't get any better germination, I popped in some middle rows as well, these rows in between the rows, just in case. So I'm hoping, I am seeing a bit of germination here, but I'm hoping that these come up okay. It's one of the problems with the late crops, that you put your stuff in and you don't really know until it's too late whether you've got good germination. So anyway, we'll see. So these are my early sprouts, and they are starting to come on. These sprouts might not really be firm enough in this bed, but we will see. I might put some stakes in actually. And this is the summer broccoli, well, a bit of the summer broccoli. We've got lots more on some of the other plots. And some winter broccoli just gone in there. So this is one of the little onion beds. The main onion beds are on Jenny's plot. I've been eating a lot of these, so most of what's left in here now are the shallots. And I've been pulling these big red onions out, and those are the little ones that are left. These are pretty good in here. I'm pretty pleased with them. Only a few of them have gone to seed, but even those are fine. Not for keeping perhaps, but they're fine for eating at the moment. So these have done a lot better than the onions that I planted last year, so I'm still learning. This is one of my early pea beds, and it's really starting to finish now. There's still plenty of peas on it, but I'm starting to lose some of the plants. And I obviously planted too many in here, but not only did I plant too many, but the wind really did a lot of damage. So yet another lesson learned. So this is one of my cold frames, so these plants will be all out of here by mid-August and replanted, but for now they're doing very nicely. Let's see if I can get out of the sun. So some beautiful lettuces in here, which I'm just cropping a few leaves at a time, and these cos lettuces are just beautiful. A little bit more shard in here, just a bit further on than the stuff that I've just shown you. I'll be ready to take this out soon. Again, mid-August this stuff will be out, and by then the stuff in the other bed will be well on. So somebody gave me some celery, and it's done really nicely, although I've no idea really how to grow celery, and I guess that I'm meant to be putting collars on or something like that, so I need to have a look to see what to do. Anybody that's knowledgeable about celery perhaps could have a look at these plants for me and tell me what the next step is. Do I need to blanch the stems or something like that? Have I left it too late? Not really sure. So, a bit of spinach in this bed, and again this is the shard bed that we're currently picking from, but the quality of these leaves is not very good. I'm a bit disappointed with them, not to my usual standard. Now, this is interesting. This is New Zealand spinach, and it's got a really crisp leaf, slightly salty taste. I'm hoping to grow it up this frame. Debbie's got quite a lot on her plot. I've just got a little bit on mine, and I like the taste too, and it's really good. And apparently, unlike this stuff, it doesn't bolt in summer. So I mean, I do love this traditional spinach, but this stuff is meant to be just great in the summer months. So looking forward to that. So I've just cleared this bed. This one had my early carrots in it. I just popped a few more of those spinach plants in there, and I'm hoping that those will keep going till mid-August, and then I'll be taking those out and planting some real spinach. So my beans are doing really nicely. These are one of the crosses between French beans and runner beans, and they're starting to climb okay. I've got a few French beans in the middle, so these are French beans here, and on the outside they're the runner beans. And although I say they're doing nicely, they're not as advanced as some other people on the plot, because I just planted mine in the ground. I've been so busy this year with getting Debbie's plot and Jenny's plot sorted out. My plot's been really neglected. I got some of the timings wrong, and just I just haven't had time to do things properly. But that's okay. So these are some of my other peas, and they're running slightly behind the others. And these are my early peas, which are basically finished now. So I'll be looking forward to tidying that bed up. So this is one of my beetroot beds. This is the one I should be eating from for a couple of weeks time now, up until the middle of August. And then I'll switch over to another bed. So in here I just planted my radicchio, and actually that probably needs a bit of a water. So that's another one of my winter crops. That should be cropping up until about Christmas time probably. I'm not a massive radicchio eater because it's a little bit bitter for me, but it's crispy and it's nice in salads, chopped up. And one of my neighbours is from Italy and she really loves radicchio, so I grow a bit for her. So I think I've probably only got about 20 plants or something like that in there, but that, one a week is absolutely fine for me. So I did just pop another bed in here. These narrow beds I find quite good for the winter brassicas. I just put one plant in the centre of the bed. I'm going to stake all of those, and this polytunnel isn't really required, it's just there for storage. Okay, so Pete's just arrived. Right, I'm back. Just had to have a quick chat with one of my neighbours. So black currants are doing quite nicely. I'm not a big fan of black currants, but Debbie likes them to cook with. So she's got lots on her plot now, so these are going to be dug out on mine, and I'm going to put in another hotbed. So peas coming out. There's lots more of these beautiful cos lettuces, and some rocket there. So this is an experiment for me in this polytunnel. So I've got some lettuces in here which again are coming out soon, but these are my sweet potatoes. Now these sweet potatoes were just terrible. The quality of the slips that I got from Marshall's, just couldn't believe how bad they were. But anyway, bit of TLC, and they're growing away quite nicely now, so I'm pretty pleased with them. And so this polytunnel seems to be the perfect environment for them. Anyway, we will see in September, October time whether that is actually true. And as they grow, I guess I'm going to take these lettuces out. So this is my asparagus bed, and gosh, you can see the direction of the wind. The ones at this end are all tiny, and the ones at that end are all giant. And I'm getting a lot of asparagus beetle on here, and I've tried to just spray it off with water. Doesn't seem to be too much of it on there now. And I've grown some spinach underneath in the shade. That seems to be okay as well. So that's that experiment succeeded. This is another really good success in this polytunnel. My dwarf French beans. I've been eating these for weeks, and we only have enough in this bed to keep Debbie and I in French beans, and one of our neighbours. But we eat them every day, and we cropped them yesterday. As you can see, there's quite a few on here now, and then we'll be cropping them again tomorrow because we cropped enough for 2 days yesterday. But they've just grown fantastically in this polytunnel, and most people lost their French beans in the winds. I don't think anybody else is cropping at the moment, and so we've been cropping for at least 3 weeks now, maybe more. And I actually think I could have planted them a little bit earlier in here, so I shall be trying that next year. And I'm also going to, once my outdoor ones are in full stream, I shall be planting some replacements. I shall pull these up, I think, and plant a new crop which I can then eat through till sort of October, November time perhaps, because I love French beans. So this is one of my autumn my carrot beds that I'm growing for storage, and germination in here has been excellent, so I'm really pleased with this one. I've got 2 rows of parsnips in here. We don't eat many parsnips, and there's another sowing of carrots just gone in here. Germination doesn't look too bad in here, but it's still not great. I don't know whether I'm maybe not planting enough seed. Maybe I should plant some more and thin. So this bed's just fallow, waiting for its autumn crop. So this is my kale. I did have this big cover over this bed. I took it off because I was getting quite a bit of white fungus on the underside of some of these leaves, and I found it's actually better when it gets full airflow from not being netted. I've got some netted kale on Jenny's plot, a lot of netted kale actually on Jenny's plot, but I thought I'd just leave this one unprotected and see how it goes. I did grow unprotected last year, this curly kale, and I got a fantastic crop all through winter, so I thought I would repeat that. So as I said, I've just finished the early carrots. I just prepared that bed over there, and so this is my carrot bed that will keep us going until September time probably, when the carrots that I've just sown come on stream. I've actually got a carrot bed at home as well, so it'd be this bed and the one at home. And I did plant some carrots in here. There's 2 extra rows in here, but they just didn't germinate for some reason. Or germination was extremely spotty. Maybe it was just they got eaten by slugs or snails or something, I'm not sure. But yeah, it was a bit disappointing really. But I think there's enough in there to keep us going, so not to worry. They look pretty healthy and the size is really good. I pulled a couple of trial ones up the other day, and yeah, I was really pleased. Good 6 inches and quite nice and thick, so excellent. So this is one of my salad beds. This green oak leaf is really gorgeous. I mean, obviously it's just going to seed at the moment, but it's lovely and crispy and mild. I really love it. So I planted some more of that. Some red oak leaves in here. and just done a crop of radish, so the ones that are left are all a bit spindly. These oak leaves are coming on nicely. I don't normally grow from seed in the beds. I normally put plugs in, but I had the space and the time, so it's quicker and easier to do it that way. So this bed was my early brassicas. All of those have been eaten now, and so I cleared that bed and planted it with carrots, and they're just germinating now. So germination looks pretty good in this bed, and a few spots where there's a few missing, but not too bad. And this bed will soon be clear as well. This is a really nice shard bed. The quality of the shard leaves in here is way better than the ones outside, so we're picking this quite aggressively, and this is the current crop of beetroot that we're currently eating from. So this is one of my current spinach beds. Obviously it's going to seed, but now it'll last another couple of weeks. This is my current spring onion bed. I'm just loving spring onions at the moment. We're growing quite a lot of them, and everybody that we grow that eats that shares in our food, everybody likes spring onions, so we're getting through quite a lot of them. So this is my leek bed, and I'm really pleased with this. See it very well on the video, but these leeks were planted really early. They've been in at least 2 months, maybe a bit longer than that, and way earlier than is recommended. And they were interplanted with radish, and some of the radish grew a bit too big, and as a result some of the leeks got a bit overwhelmed, but they've all recovered. Some of them are a bit, not as far on, but they're all doing splendidly. I'm really pleased with them. As I'm looking at them, I'm not sure whether I've planted them a bit too densely, but I'm always doing that. So this is another one of my spring onion beds. Let's have a quick peek. So again, they're doing really nicely. And so these spring onions that you've just seen, these will last me until about October probably, at which point I'll switch over to my winter spring onions, which will keep me going all the way through winter. I did that last year, and I found that they sat in the ground just fine. So as long as they're about this size come September, October time, they just sit in the ground and you can just pick them all through winter. So I'm really pleased with that. And there's another one of my carrot crops for storage, and this is another example of quite spotty germination. So as I said, I'm definitely got an issue with that. I need to look into it more. When I get that spotty germination, what I've tended to do is just plant a few extra seeds in the gaps, and we'll see whether that works. So this is my hotbed, and so this will all be dug out and new hotbed made in late January, and as a result obviously I can only have a crop in that will be out the ground by then. And so in this case it's golden beetroot, and golden beetroot's just been amazing this year. I've never grown it before, absolutely love it. Wife loves it as well, neighbours love it. The quality of the leaves as well is just superb, really great, much better than the leaves that I've had on my bolt hardy, and I just really like it, so I put in quite a bit for storage, so I should be enjoying that over winter. So my apple trees, the cookers, are doing really well. My eaters over there, okay. I did plan to chop that tree down, made a good start on it. I tore my stomach muscle. I've basically been incapacitated for 2 months, so that was February, January and February and a bit into March, and I basically not been able to lift anything for, well, up until about last month. Just bending down was agony, so it made working the plots very hard work until the last month or so, when I've started to get back to normal. This is my pear tree, and I don't look too bad. Last year it had way too many pears on it. I didn't get round to thinning it, but this year it's not nowhere near as many, so hopefully they will grow a bit bigger. I love pears, and even when the quality is not superb, I put pears in my smoothie, so it goes okay. And then here's just my little lawn area, and I'm just storing this frame here really over the strawberry bed. So I've got a couple of beds of strawberries here, and these are just runners that I planted at the end of last year, and they've done pretty well, but I mean they're only runners, so we should expect a much better crop next year. I've got my leaves here, which are composting nicely, and I think that is pretty much it. So that's the end of the July tour. So if you enjoyed this video, well, you can give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, or you can subscribe to my channel, which is Seaside Allotment. So next time you hear from me, it will probably be a tour of Debbie's plot, and then maybe a tour of the kitchen garden, and then maybe a tour of Jenny's plot. So bye for now.